It's Week 15 of the National Football League. And we'll get a look here at Davis Mills, as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Texans and the Barons coming up next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we reach Week 15 and we've got a good matchup in store between the Brooklyn Barons and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, our visitors, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Wilson's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Wilson now off the bootleg. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball in the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading him out, the former Stanford man. At quarterback, it's Davis Mills.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, it's the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw is Mills. This one swung out here to Jones. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Mills now from the 50. Looking left, the ball comes out, and the defense says they have it. Yes, they've got it. So a rocky start on both sides offensively. Turnovers exchanged.
I saw what you did there.
What'd I do? Rocky. Two Rockies.
I saw that. I got it. And, and right now, they're carrying it around like they are wearing boxing gloves. If we're going to have that kind of a reference, they've got to get it together and start playing a little bit better ball.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Following the fumble recovery, Mills caught by Jones. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. And this, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
A first down throw for Mills. On the slant, he's got Hardman. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Mills to throw it. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Mecole Hardman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Wilson. Open man is Uzomah. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From just shy of midfield, Wilson. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And some room to work. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 33. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Marcus Davenport there to take him down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go play action with Wilson. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Marcus Davenport make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility, the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important third down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Now Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Zach Wilson, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Barons are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Zach Wilson who took it in himself on the touchdown run to cap it off. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And he returns this to the 22. Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Mills from the gun on third down. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you.
Mills can't get away, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Mills, a check down here to Jones. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up fourth down. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. On third down, Wilson. And check down, complete to Hall. And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Houston's offense taking over again. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Up the middle, Jones. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From just shy of midfield, Mills drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Third and short yardage, Mills. He finds his man, complete. It's Russell. And he is going to have a Texans first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction, and was able to track the ball in another.
On 1st and 10, Mills. He gets it to... Now the ball comes loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Mills got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. Touchdown, Houston. Devontae Parker, 31 yards. And the Texans have taken the lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. Takes it at the 7. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7. So a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. Throwing is Wilson. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. They go play action now. Wilson. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 23. 23 yards the pickup there.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Play action. Now Wilson. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. One more time with Hall. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down about the 2. They'll look to run with Hall. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And his kick is indeed good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Here comes Davis Mills in the offense, ready for another drive. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On third down, here's Mills. And that is incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Jordan Berry out to punt on fourth down. That's pulled in at the 32. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over first and 10. There's Elijah Moore as he and the offense come out for another drive. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. The offense on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give him credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Mills. And he'll just get rid of it. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Mills now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Parker. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Pressure comes and Wilson's going to go down. Azeez Al-Shaair coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson under pressure. They got him again. Jaquan Brisker getting sent on the safety blitz, and he was able to finish it off. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because they'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, That's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield, and oftentimes the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Good open field tackling there, a 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Texans will take over. And now out comes Houston. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Mills on 3rd and 2. And that's complete to Cooks. And he is going to have a Texans first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2. Just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands. And yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mills. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Now Mills. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really floating around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now it's Wilson. Flushed out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. And the Texans will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at the 31-yard line. A 1st down throw for Mills. He finds his man complete. It's Russell. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big pickup of 38.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Here's Mills. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mills. This one swung out here to Jones. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the gun, here's Mills. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Mills to throw it. This will be caught at about the 6. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. Mills to the air again. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And back at the 8 now. 3rd and goal. Mills. He sets up the screen to Jones. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
But now this offense comes back out onto the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week.
This is intercepted. Unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw, Mills. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Third and long for Mills. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mills. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. John Franklin Myers. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the Bills who lead that one late in the 2nd quarter. Josh Allen has a touchdown pass. From there, we'll head down to the Meadowlands to check on the Giants at home in MetLife Stadium. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who are out in front. T. Higgins, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And that game's all tied up as they play the visiting LA Rams. We'll move on now to check out the next-gen stats in that first half for our home team. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Texans, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And able to get this out to the 25. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Going deep here for Parker. It got his man complete. A huge play there for Houston, and even 40 yards.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the 3rd quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Russell. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, They almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a first and goal.
Mills again. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Russell. Only a yard on the completion. It's second and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and goal from inside the 5. They go play action. Mills. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Quinnen Williams in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Third and goal, Mills. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's fourth and goal.
Nice job understanding the situation. Third and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a fourth down.
It's showtime, baby.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. They stop him on fourth and goal at the 3. And the ball will go over on the goal line stand.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on fourth down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
Throwing on second and 8, Wilson. And that is caught. It's Davis. And they work this out past the 25. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's got him in, complete. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. And they rattle off a big one. 42 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Throwing again on second and 10. Wilson flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop it.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you have extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here's Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7.
To throw is Wilson. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans.
And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time, but you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Mills now.
He gets it to Cooks. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Looking to throw is Mills.
Open receiver here, complete, it's Parker. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A 1st down there on a pickup at 25.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Now Mills.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Ahmad Gardner finishing off the corner blitz.
He is proving his worth defensively, getting the sack here. That comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack.
Mills. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Mills. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
This is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This will be fielded at the 17. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Now Wilson. And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game.
Picked up by Steven Nelson.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is a season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The Texans offense set to regain possession. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10.
He finds his man, complete. That's Russell.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. Back to throw. Mills. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
John Franklin Myers giving him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Eddie Pinheiro on now.
This from 36 yards out. The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Mills on first down.
Escaping the pressure right.
Catch is made by Hardman. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills.
Touchdown! Devontae Parker, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Texans will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
This one taken just inside the 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Houston, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 11. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, and it winds up falling incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He's going to look deep for more. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out, and the Texans take over an excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the 2nd half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
And sometimes things come together exactly like you want. It's not just been the volume of carries he's had in this contest. It's been the production as well.
Now Jones. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Mills. Being chased out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Quinnen Williams picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Mills.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a 1st down. Now Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Wilson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. On 3rd down, Wilson. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Marcus Davenport able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Texans defense stands tall. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And We've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their own 43.
And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
2nd down, another shot for Jones.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Mills.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Wilson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw going to be caught by Davis.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. It's complete. He dials up Davis once more. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
Again, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
On 1st down, Wilson. And now here's another interception.
Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take over at their own 41. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
They'll start out here with the option left. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. Cooks on the quick slant. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
The give is to Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing, Mills.
In trouble, and he's taken down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Wilson. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. The gain of 5. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Fourth down, here's Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter.
A give to Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again to Jones. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still 3rd down.
Delay of game penalty. Ships him back 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 10.
Going for it with Pierce.
And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back.
Holding, offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Houston, the win gets them to 5-9 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they've plummeted now to 3-11. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.